Hello everyone, this is Ruby PCB, your trusted PCB partner. Today we will introduce how to export Gerber files in KiCad. Once we've finished designing our PCB, the final step is production. Generally, to have the board manufactured by a factory, we need to provide manufacturing files. So how do we export these manufacturing files? Let's take a look. First, on the PCB interface, select File, and then Manufacturing Outputs. Next, choose the first option, GBR file, and this window will pop up. First, for the format, we need to select the Gerber format, as this is the format supported by all PCB manufacturers. The output file is already set up like this. Next, these are the default output layers. There may be some slight minor differences depending on the specific manufacturer, but in the vast majority of cases, we can simply utilize the default output configuration. Then finally, you can click Plot. Alright, if all the error and warning counts are 0, the export is complete. Once the export's complete, let's take a look. We've exported to this folder, and there are many different layers. Each layer will have a .gbr file. These are just the descriptions for each layer. Our PCB also has various holes, and these holes also need to be exported. So we need to export the drill file. Still go to File, Fabrication Outputs, then select the second option, DRL drill file. For the drill file, the first option is also the directory. Here, select the origin. We've set the origin for the drill file, so we need to use the drill file origin as the reference point. This is the unit, and this is the number format. We choose decimal, which is the recommended format and is supported by most manufacturers. Then there's the mapping file format. Here we also select the second option, Gerber X2, as the file format, then click Generate File. Let's take another look. Here we can see that some new .drl files have appeared. These are the drill files. Once the drill files are generated, we need to create the BOM, bill of materials. Because so far we've only made the PCB. If we want to proceed with production, we need a BOM to list all the required components. The BOM needs to be exported from the schematic. First, open the schematic diagram, then proceed to click on the Tools menu option, and subsequently select the Export BOM function from the drop-down list. This here is the default file name. We don't need to change it. It will be generated in the default location. As for the format, in most cases we also choose the CSV format. This is the content that will be generated. We can also look at it in the spreadsheet. This is where we select the content we want to export. First, the serial number must be included, because during production it's necessary to know which component it is. The quantity is also essential, so that both purchasing and manufacturing know how many of each component are needed. The value here refers to the model number. For example, a resistor might be 1K, or for a chip the model could be CD45. This value is the component's model number, and it's essential. Then there's the package type, which is also required. It specifies the package for each component. For example, for a 1K resistor, we might use 000, 3, 08, 105, 1210, and various other package types. This way, the manufacturer knows which package to use, or the purchasing department knows which package to buy. As for the other columns, they are optional. Depending on the requirements of different manufacturers, you might also include some internal part numbers to ensure your components are even more accurately identified. Then you can simply click the export button. Prompt, export completed. Let's take a look at what the exported file looks like. Now there's an additional LEDC SV file here. Let's check it out. Here you can see the part number, quantity, value, and package these items are essential. So what's next? Now we have the bone. There's also a coordinate file. What is the coordinate file for? It's to tell to tell the machine where each component should be placed. We humans rely on these part numbers to identify components, like knowing to match LED 1 or R1, but machines can't recognize these. Machines also need a coordinate file. The coordinate file is generated in the PCB software. Go to File, Manufacturing Output, select the component placement file, and click. Then for the directory, I also choose to save it in the root directory of this project. As for the format, we generally choose CSV since it has the widest and strongest compatibility and is supported by most manufacturers. Just make sure the units are the same as the ones you selected earlier. Also, pay attention to this point. You still need to use the origin of the drill file. If your coordinate origin is incorrect, the manufacturer might place the components incorrectly during assembly. Then we click export. After exporting, just take a quick look to check. Now there's an extra coordinate file here. Open it and take a look. There's a serial number, value, package, and then these X, and Yare its coordinates. This here is the rotation angle, and this one is the layer. All our components are on the top layer, so it's marked as the top layer. This way, when manufacturing, the pick and place machine knows where and how to place the components. Once this set of files is exported, you can already hand over the PCB to the manufacturer for production and for SMT soldering. All of this is exported manually, which seems a bit complicated. KiCad also provides plugins, and some people have developed third-party plugins. I've already installed them. External plugins. Here's a plugin called Gerber Tool Order. Let's open it. When you open it, you'll see that it's also optimized for different manufacturers. It depends on where you're having your board MIDI. If it's with this manufacturer, you can select it. If not, just choose the default. By default, let's export one and take a look. After it's exported, it's already packaged for you as a compressed file. Let's open the compressed file and check it contains a folder. And as you can see, the Gerber and drill files inside are the same as the ones we exported earlier. This makes things much more convenient, so you don't have to export multiple times. Alright, that's all for exporting these essential Gerber files. If you genuinely enjoyed this informative video, please consider subscribing to my channel for even more valuable content and future updates. Thank you very much, everyone.